Welcome to Insightful Minds. I'm your host, Zayon. Today we have a very, very, very special guest. I got my girl, Priscilla.
Hey.
Welcome, Priscilla. How are you today?
I'm good. I feel good.
Blessings. Hey, it's Sunday. You went to church today?
I did. I went to church. I felt really good. Got a good word in, sang a little bit. So yeah, I feel good. And it's 85 degrees outside.
Facts. It's an amazing day outside to be outside. It's like God blessed us with this amazing day, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So those who are thankful to see it, man, take advantage of it.
Facts.
You know, because we got some people who weren't blessed to wake up today and just enjoy the good weather or just enjoy the day period, you know.
Facts.
Like, so you're religious, right?
I believe in God, yeah.
Yes. Now, it's like nowadays you have people who are religious and you have people who are spiritual, you know. Both ways believe in God, no matter which way you look at it, you know what I'm saying? But religious is more, you know, people are disciplined by, you know, that Bible, you know what I'm saying? How long, are you a Christian?
I am a Christian.
Yes. How long have you been a Christian?
I would say I've always believed in God, but as far as like you mentioned spiritual, I kind of connect that with having an active relationship with God, and I would say since I was 17, I had a relationship with God.
Love it. So with you being connected with God, is singing more of a what's that word I'm looking for? Is singing more of a, like an outlet, you know, just like things to help you like cope?
I would say like in reference to God and religion and spirituality and having a relationship with Jesus Christ, I would say that singing is an additional instrument that we have to celebrate God and to help get people into a certain mindset when they're in a certain atmosphere. It helps to set the mood. It helps to I think, make the whole experience of knowing about God just a little bit deeper. Like, it's one thing if you can play the keys or you can play a guitar, right? That's an instrument that's outside of your body. But when you have an instrument that's already attached in your body, it just hit different, and it's organic and it's natural, you know. And you can share that gift with so many people. So yeah, that's what I would say singing is for me in reference to religion.
I love it. You know, I see that, you know, you sing, your sister sing. Is that something big in the family?
Yes. Hey. So all of my sisters know how to sing. Okay. All of them. I have 6 sisters. So I have 9 siblings in all. So I have brothers as well. But all of my sisters know how to sing. It comes from my dad's side of the family. And yeah, they're all down the line. You know, I have an aunt that sings in Germany. Many uncles that and aunts that they can probably all sing, honestly, but they play instruments, and so it definitely runs on my father's side of the family for sure.
Yes, yeah, and I love that. You know, I feel like nowadays, you know, singing is an outlet.
It is
because, you know, like we look at meditation, vibrational frequencies. You know, that's a singing like. When you listen to like people of like gospel singers,
sound basically
facts, you know, certain like a good voice, not even a good voice because all voices are good. You know what I'm saying? But when you just get that the right melody, the right vibration to hit you, it puts you in a certain mood.
It does,
and I feel like someone who has a very how can I say this? Because like I say, all voices are good voices because all people are different. So a voice might affect someone differently than it might affect the next person, you know? So, you know, it's like with a certain voice, you know, that's projected a certain way, it can either uplift you or break you down.
Yeah.
That's why they say the power of the tongue is very powerful, you know, because you have to watch what you say. So just imagine you singing what you're saying, you know. So it's like that's more of a even stronger vibration to either pull you in or push you out.
Right.
You know, so do you sing only at church or just you sing in your free time as well? So
my goal with singing, and honestly, just with my body, my my mind, my heart, my soul. Everything is about creating a way to serve people and give people the hope, the love, and just all positive things, the life, whatever I can bring, and it may come through the mic of a religious institution, but sometimes I sing out on the street corners. I've done that. I haven't done it recently in a while, but I sing at different events. Depends on who contacts me, but I do want to make sure that I'm only singing positive things, like only things that give people hope, give people love, put people in the mindset of healing and understanding and teaching knowledge, sharing stories that, we can share our sad stories, but with the sad story, I want to also give you hope. Like, yes, I was sad in this moment, but this happened. Now I'm better. Now, so that's the difference, I think. Even when you were just saying about like certain music that, or it's just certain sounds, anything, is it positive? Because like we talked about earlier, it goes into our mind, it goes into our heart. Maybe we don't see it all the time, and maybe we don't notice it, but so much of it can influence us, and it can definitely impact us in either a negative way or positive way. So as I'm getting older, certain things that I listen to, and even TV, like certain things, it's just not, how is that helping me? You know what I'm saying? If I'm listening to this type of music, or if I'm watching this type of show, how is this helping me to become the best version of myself and the best version of who God has created me to be? And how is this helping to serve my community and the people around me? So that's what I mostly try to think about when I am asked to sing at anything, like at any type of event, whether it's church or on the street or, whatever it may be. I just want to make sure that the message is positive and that it's uplifting and loving. Yeah.
I love that, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you found a lane that, you're not even a lane, but a hobby that you enjoy, whether it's making money, not making money, but it's more so a hobby that keep you at peace. And I feel like nowadays, a lot of people crashing out.
Yeah.
A lot of people are crashing out. They don't have any peace in their life. It's all terror. It's all just darkness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like we need more light in our lives.
Yeah.
I always encourage people, just be at peace with whatever you do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This whole podcast, I'm at peace. Whether the conversation is 50 views, 2 views, I'm still at peace because I'm learning about the person who I'm having a conversation with. And that's the key to be engaging with others, because you're different, I'm different, and the only way we can see how different we are is to converse.
Right.
And people don't like to converse because nowadays the word perception is at the top of the spectrum, So my question to you now, what's your definition of perspective?
I definitely think probably the same that a lot of people think. It's how someone views a certain thing or a certain subject or a certain person. I do think that as we get older and as we have various experiences, our perspective will change. And as it's supposed to evolve. It's supposed to change. Our perspective is supposed to grow. And I think through my relationship with God, my perspective has definitely grown, and it's on a completely different level than it was before, and I'm so grateful for that. But yeah, perspective is just a certain viewpoint, and it's kind of like I see you right now, right? I only see you.
Yes.
But if I look to my right, I can see a little bit of the computer. Yes. I can see a little bit of the wall, but that's the only perspective that I have. If I was to move your head, then I could see the whole picture. But a lot of times we are not able to see the whole picture because we can only see our viewpoint.
Exactly.
Which is okay. At the end of the day, it's okay that that's your own perspective because that's all you can see.
And I love how you said, how you put that, because I tell people the only perception that matters is the perception you have of yourself. So how you view yourself is the only thing that matters for real, because every day you wake up, someone is putting a perception on you or perceiving you to be something you're not. You know, you go to work, the boss is saying, oh yeah, you don't work as hard as someone else. You're not doing enough like someone else. Go home, in your relationship. Oh, hey babe, you're not doing this. You know, you're not doing that. Right. You know, so it's like everywhere you go, someone is either throwing you a perception on you or perceiving you to be something that you're not. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, you know, a lot of these kids, especially youth, that's like the reason why they're depressed.
Facts.
They're crashing out because they're being perceived as something that they don't even know yet who they are, first of all. So when you say, oh yeah, you're just a little gangster or a thug, or you just, you know, you're like, hey, you're just like your father, you know, you're just like your mother, you know what I'm saying? Just like stuff like that, you know, that's like an introduction to trauma.
It is, it really is.
You know, and you see how a lot of people, when they get to end of their 20s, going into their 30s, trauma, they're still dealing with trauma.
Facts.
You know, and trauma has created the person who 9 times out of 10 you are today.
Yeah.
You know, and it's sad, but it's true because at a certain age, you should be, you know, already going through your healing process, but most of us still are healing, you know, and those who are healing or going through healing, half of them struggle with it. Half of them are battling things that they just think in their mind, I can't overcome this. It's just part of who I am. I don't believe that's part of who you are. You know, I just feel like when you meet the right somebody, you know what I'm saying, they can help you heal in the right way.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I always tell people, I'm just like, if you're not in a relationship, don't worry about being in a relationship. Just love yourself.
Yeah.
You know, because when you love yourself, somebody will come around and they will see that, how much you love yourself, and they will try to match that love to say, you know what, you know, I'm trying to give you the same love you give yourself, you know. And I just think that once again in our community, it's a lot of back and forth with perception.
It is.
You know, it's just like you can't even go meet a girl nowadays, or vice versa, meet a guy, because they're already throwing a perception on you before you even. Oh yeah, you know, even look at females getting their bodies done. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, you don't need to do that.
Yeah.
You know, like look at guys. You know, I ain't trying to deal with no black woman. You know, because they too aggressive. They too much.
Yeah.
Well, you came from one. You know, like
make it make sense.
Make it make sense. You know, like honestly, you know. So, are you single?
I am single. I did want to comment on just what you were saying about the young people and going back to perspective. Going back to perspective. A lot of times, even though this is my perspective, children only, those type of children, or children in general, people in general, they only have a certain type of perspective too. So all they know is what they see. And in our minds, you know, as children, we used to create these dreams and these visions and things like that because we're trying to find a way to mentally get out of a certain situation. And so a lot of kids, they will create who they want to be in their minds, but what they see is what they see, and that's what they become a lot of times. And then when they get older, when they turn 18, they can now begin to explore what was in their heads, what was in their minds. But if you really haven't seen anything, if anyone hasn't shared any other solutions or possibilities of who you could be, then you're going to default to being that person or that a certain type of way. So that's just their perspective because they don't have another perspective, unfortunately. And another thing when it comes to like healing, you mentioned that healing. A lot of times, like I have many bruises on my body because I play sports growing up or whatever. And you know when you get bruised, because you've known this already because you've had to heal. When you went to go get surgery, and they said, "Hey, we're done with surgery. We fixed you up. You're good now." While you were healing, you were still hurting. So you can do both at the same time. And as we are healing, as we are becoming older, we may still be hurting, but that doesn't mean that we're not healing along with the hurt.
Like that.
And so I think it's really important to, and sometimes we don't even see the healing happening. That's the thing. Like if you get a bruise on your leg, you don't see the internal bleeding. You just see that maybe there's a little dark spot, and as it heals, it gets lighter, it comes back to complexion, but it can still be healing on the inside. And that's also okay, but we just have to keep in mind that sometimes the pain that we go through, we don't necessarily see it, but we could still be healing from that pain. And that's that's a part of the process.
Exactly.
You can hurt and heal at the same time. You can be good and not be so good at the same time. And back to perspective, it's all about your perspective and what you are choosing to see in the situation. Are you choosing to see that you're hurting, or are you choosing to see that, yes, I'm hurting, but I'm healing, and I see the greater on the other side? Your perspective.
And you know, it's crazy how you, like I say, it's what you see, because I tell people, when you open your eyes, life, you just see life come at you so fast. Oh, why this happened to me? Why this happened? What I do? You know, God, why? But when you close your eyes, everything becomes quiet. You know what I'm saying? You go into it's like a deep meditation that you're not worried about anything anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's your break. That's why I tell people, you know, get your rest.
Yeah.
Like, you need rest.
Yeah.
And when you get the rest, you wake up in a better mood.
You
know
do.
What I'm saying? You know, like, when you have bad rest, you wake up in a bad mood. And you start to be grumpy, and you worry about those perceptions, you know, when you don't even really have to. You know, life is what you make it.
It is.
You know, I'm just like, you can go through so many bad things. You know, you get that one good moment. You know, you're not even thinking about it as bad.
Change you.
Like, really, like, and it's just like I say, I like the way how you put that whole spectrum of perspective, you know, because people need to hear that.
Yeah.
You know, because the internet, that's one, two, that people try to glorify and say, hey, this is who I am.
Yes.
This is who I am. Knowing deep down inside,
that ain't you.
That's not you. That's not you at all,
That's
you know.
and
they just be like, show your real self, you know, like, I've really been, like, I've been in the gym lately. I've been working out, and it feels good to get back to that mode of I'm able to work out, because I spent so many years in a dark place. I'm just like, man, I don't want to be bothered with people. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be around that. You know, I had to really cultivate my life to a point where I just like, this is what I need, this is what I don't need. You know, you can ask a million people, and I probably only get 2 out of a million to say, oh, he's always in a bad mood, but the rest of them, he's always in a good mood. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just who I am, because once again, you know, like, you have to create your days. You know, you have to make your days to what you want your day to be. You know, you are in control. That's why I tell you, the brain is like the strongest organ in the body. So if you tell the brain, we're going to have a good day, you're going to have a good day. You feel what I'm saying? You know, but if you think a negative thought, and you apply that to the brain, then the brain going to give you a negative day. You know, you're going to start to be mad when you see somebody happy, and they just not even thinking about you. Because 9 times out of 10, nobody is thinking about you besides your loved ones. Every time your loved ones not even thinking about you. So it's like it's like you versus you.
It is.
And when you see how you versus you is the most critical thing that you can be doing, and the most, it's like a bad thing to do. You know, fight yourself. When you don't have to fight yourself, you have to love yourself. You know, it's very easy to love yourself. You know, do the things you enjoy doing. You know, we look for company, but half the time you don't even need company. You know, go outside, go take a walk, go get a drink by yourself, go watch some TV do things that you can do by yourself to make you feel that you're worthy, you know, enough for you. Because if you're not worthy for you, what do you think you can be worthy for somebody else? Somebody else going to treat you with the love. Because I tell people also, you have love, unconditional love. Love is just, what can you give me? But unconditional love is, what can we give each other? You know, and when you realize what we can give each other, it makes life so much easier. It makes me want to, let's grow old together. You know what I'm saying? And just like stuff like that, you need in your life, because once again, you know, trauma. Childhood trauma at that.
Childhood trauma is real.
And people don't realize, when you was a child, you might have missed out on a couple I love yous or a couple of hugs. You know, but it's just like, after a certain age, start reflecting on that. You know, like, you have the choices now to let that go. And start something new.
Facts,
you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You have the ability to say, you know what, you know, mom might have not been the best mom, or dad might not have been the best dad, but hey, I'm old enough now to create my own life.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I love that, and that you're doing good, you're in good spirits. So once again, you know, are you in a relationship?
It's hilarious. We're going to rewind, go back.
We got to know.
I'm not in a relationship with anybody. I'm single. Definitely enjoying and exploring what that means. You know what I mean? What does that mean to really be single? Is that just a box that I check off on my taxes? Or, like, really, what does that mean? Like, being single, it's a whole lifestyle.
It is.
And it's a beautiful one, too. And I think so many people miss out on it because you're so obsessed with being in a relationship or what you think a relationship looks like. And, or even a marriage. Like, that stuff is supposed to be beautiful, and it will be beautiful, and it should be beautiful in its right time.
Mm-hmm.
But so many people are not ready for, as you spoke about, unconditional love.
Facts.
That literally means that I'm going to love you beyond what the conditions are. Meaning that the conditions could be cold, it could be hot. Meaning that I could be a great person when we first get married. Like, I'm going to be great. Of course I'm going to be great. Like, when we're walking down this aisle, like, we're good. You know what I mean? What about in, like, 2 years? When I break my ankle? And as you spoke about, I started going through depression. Something that I was dealing with when I was a child. And it's come back up in my marriage. Do you know how to deal with a depressed version of me? Are you willing to love a depressed version of me? Are you willing to love me even when I cuss you out? Are you willing to love me even when, you know what I mean, I'm doing all of the wrong things? That is literally part of marriage. It shouldn't be the whole marriage, okay? But in relationship, but combining yourself and attaching yourself with someone else is so hard because we came in this world alone. And now we're about to live our life. We're supposed to live the rest of our life with that partner. How can we do that? And knowing that we will change. Do you marry the person that you marry on that day? You walking down that aisle, are you marrying that person, or are you also willing to marry the person that they will be in the future, in the near future? Meaning that they're going to change in 2 years, 3 years. They're going to keep changing. Are you going to keep recommitting yourself to that person? And so that the whole, attaching yourself onto somebody financially, sexually, emotionally, mentally, physically. Do your person work out? Do they like to work out? Is it like, it's a lot of things that I think people don't consider when they do become in relationship with someone else. And sometimes it's supposed to be simple, but I think if you want a healthy life going forward, I think those are some things that you need to consider. And yeah, so I'm just like taking it day by day, It's cool over here. Like I
love it. I love it. And it was so crazy. I was down U Street, 420, and I ran into a group of ladies. And it was so different. It was like but it was an enjoyable conversation because I was drunk. Literally, I was drunk. But you know how like you drunk, but you understand like what you doing drunk. So I'm like, okay, like we just having a conversation. Because it's like I was walking down the street with my boy, and they just was. It was just, how like females taking pictures. Yeah. So I'm like, y'all let me take a picture for you. And so I took a picture for him. It's like a group picture they was taking. So, long story short, I double back around the street. I'm walking back down. And I see them in front of, eating some pizza. So I just chatty patty, and we just got on the subject of love and unconditional love, and just to see how females or just other women think, just from having just 5 women in front of you, and all of them think differently about the topic of love and unconditional love. It was like a great conversation to get from them because in order to know a female, you have to really talk to them. You know what I'm saying? And that's effective communication.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? You can't just give basic communication to a woman, because after a while, she'll find somebody else to be effective with. You know? So once you get rid of that effective communication, you get rid of that comfort that you can talk to me about anything. You start to get those open conversations about, okay, look here, this is how I think, this is what I want, this is what I want out of you. So just to get that, just how you put that, you know what I'm saying? It was one of those women, because it was like 5 of them. Yeah. And I was by myself, so I'm just like 1 against 5. I'm like, yeah. But
y'all got it.
You feel what I'm saying? But it was good to have a conversation like that with those ladies because it changes your perspective. It goes back to perspective again, how you view things, and just to see how, like I said, one of them, she was gay. She had a girlfriend, and she was with her girlfriend for 5 years, and she explained that her girlfriend loved her through thick and thin, her injuries and everything. I'm just like, that's really unconditional love right there because, like how you said, she's recommitting herself to you
each and every time
to make sure that you're comfortable, you're secure. You know what I'm saying? I love you. I love you. It's different when you go through different trials and tribulations. Like it ain't just like I love you because oh, we happy, you buy me things, you know, I got an apartment, you know, we got a kid, you know. And then they brought up, you know, they asked me, when I would get married, you know what I'm saying? Me, I'm ready to get married, but I feel like, you know, I just still have preparation. You know, that's every person, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that guy who's, oh, it's my third marriage, you know, I failed too, because that means something ain't right. Yeah, you know, like really, you know, because you look at the math problem, you just like, I got me right here. Am I subtracting or am I adding to this second number, which is, okay, another problem right there, you know? So I'm just like, okay, I love my girlfriend to death, you know what I'm saying? You know,
she's so beautiful.
Thank you, I appreciate it. You see, we got a beautiful baby. And
so beautiful.
You feel me? I love my family because that's my creation, you know, like I put work into that, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like every man who does have a family should appreciate that, you know, because when you create your own family, that family who raised you, it's not gonna always be perfect.
It's not.
You know, like, but the family you are creating, you have an opportunity to either get close to perfection or recreate the same cycle of, oh yeah, it wasn't the best. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that's your choice. You know, you get choices and chances out here. Sometimes you might not make the right choice, but you might get another chance to make the right choice. And sometimes you just don't get a second chance because you made the wrong choice starting off. You know, so like I say, I love the conversation those ladies gave me. You know, if one of you ladies do see this, I definitely welcome you on my platform. You know what I'm saying? Because
come on up.
Facts. Because I want to do like a episode where I have just a platform of ladies, you know, and just show these brothers out here. Just don't keep on neglecting these ladies. Don't keep on bashing them. Don't keep on saying, oh well, yeah, just because they're not physically what you want, mentally, oh yeah, I'm not ready for that. You know, you have to try first, but you have to make sure you're ready to be able to incorporate that into your life.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know, like, because you have, once again, you get a certain age, I want to settle down. Me, I'm very happy my lady is not 100% submissive. Because you got a lot of guys who, I want my word to be submissive. I don't want a slave.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be able to run on her. I want her to be able to put her foot down when she needs to put her foot down. You know what I'm saying? She does a great job of putting me in check. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, you know, like, she does a great job. But, you know, just like, I see these brothers, and there should be so many of them be bashing our women, you know, oh yeah, she ain't got a BBL. I like this and that. I'm just like, bro, you're thinking very marginal right now, bro. You have to think long term. You have to think, if when you're going through things, is she able to help you get through that? You know, because
is that BBL gonna play those videos?
Facts.
What we talking about? Like,
facts. And a lot of brothers, we step into these relationships already unhealed.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? When you step into a relationship unhealed, you start to, once again, you're blaming a lot of you put more pressure on your partner, because majority of these women are, some of them are unhealed, but some of them are already to a point where they know what they want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And some of them have high expectations, some of them don't. But when you realize the ones that you come across, whether they have high expectations or they don't, they're good women still. You know, we take that for granted.
They just not your woman.
Exactly.
They're just not your woman, and that's okay.
Exactly. And you see a lot of them nowadays, of good women from our community, stepping out into other ethnicity groups to a point where, oh, we get mad. Oh, dang. She this, she that. No, bro. She was looking for a good man. But you just neglected to be that good man for her. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm glad that you're single because, you know, like I say, it's a lot of good brothers out here, but...
It is, for sure.
They are overshadowed by these crash out guys who just...
Crash out guys is a good thing.
Yes, that's what they are, because they just crashing up these days. And, you know, like really, you know, like...
I like that. I like that term.
Because I use the word crash dummies, but we can say crash out guys, you know what I'm saying? And it's no disrespect to our brothers out here, but
it's not.
For us to be so high on the spectrum of, we're the epitome of men, we don't carry ourselves of that epitome of, this is, we're looked at as the should I say statue or what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a statue. We're gonna just say we're looked at as that trophy that every woman wants. They look at all the ethnicity groups. They want a black man first. That's just how it is. You can't you can look everywhere. You know, they look at us as, once again, we're like Superman. Yeah. Like literally Superman to every woman you come across. You know, I mean, everybody has their own, taste. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure every woman, oh wow, he's a beautiful.
Yeah. And you know what? To that point, I would just say people can change, and a lot of people, when we say that people can change, like, well, people really can't change, but people do change all the time. I was audio reading, I think I was reading it too at the same time, Viola Davis's book, and it's man, that book was so deep. I had to take some breaks, but it was so good that I had to keep coming back. But one part of her story was about her father and how her father used to beat the brakes off of her mother. I mean, the brakes. They stayed married up until the time that he passed away. And she said for a great portion of her life, maybe, I don't know the exact number, but probably 20, 30 years of her life that they had been married. Yeah. Back in the day, they used to get married at like 15 or whatever. So her mom spent more of her life married to him than she probably was alive, or he was alive. But she spent that amount of time beating his wife. I'm talking about like beating the brakes off of her. 10, 15 years maybe before he died, completely changed and became this lovable person. And sometimes, I'm not saying that you should stay with your man for forever. And sometimes it do take a long time for people to change. But these my black men, I know y'all can change. I know y'all can grow. I know y'all can mature. And it's one of those things where, again, sometimes imagine what a black man sees every day, a black boy, because they were a black boy before they were a black man. So what did they see? What were they listening to as they grew up? And what was around their environment? And, how did this help to create the man that they are today? As you stated before, at some point we got to let the past go and begin to heal so that we can become the men that we're supposed to be. Yes. And it's hard to kind of step into that, but not only do you have to be ready, but I think more than being ready, you have to be willing. Because you can be ready all day. Like you said, I'm ready to be married. That's what you say. You say, I'm ready to be married. But a lot of times people may not also be willing. Yes. Because willing is like, I don't know what's behind that door, but whatever it is, I'm going to just do it. Ready is like, I'm going to jump. Yes. Willing is like, I'm going to definitely do it. I'm willing to do whatever I need to do to get to the end goal. But I know these black men, I don't know what a good black men are, but I know they exist. Yeah. And I know for the men that are transitioning from not so good to good, because those men do exist. Like, we used to be bad, or I don't want to use the word bad, but we used to, some men, you didn't have great practices, you didn't have the right intentions, there are men that are transitioning into good. Yes. And I believe that, and I know that it's happening, and men like, not saying that your church is very good, but you are a good man. You're a beautiful man. You have a wonderful family, and you put yourself around good men as well. And that is also important. The fact that you're surrounding yourself, like, you've been through what you've been through. I see that. Now, what am I going to do to cultivate the man that I really believe that I am and that I want to be? You put good men around you to help to cultivate that.
Shout out to all my brothers out there, man, who are good, man. Yes. Like, literally, because once again, I love, especially to all my black men, do not be scared to embrace unconditional love from a woman. You know what I'm saying? Our women, they care about us. They love us. Do not be scared to embrace the unconditional love they give you. Do not be scared to communicate your feelings. You're not soft. You're not being zesty. You're not being any of that. You're being a human being. You know what I'm saying? You're communicating effectively to your lady to help her understand what you're going through, what you're trying to overcome, what you need. You know what I'm saying? That's vice versa too as well, because that's what women do. You know what I'm saying? Women communicate. I'm not happy. Yeah. What can I do to make you happy?
So Zion, how does a black man, from your opinion, in your words, how do they accept unconditional love if they've never accepted it before in their lives? Like they've never really, maybe they had it from their mother, but as far as a woman giving them unconditional love, how do they accept that? Like how do they? That's a hard question.
No, it really is.
But,
it really is.
I mean, what practices or how does a man, begin to take that and indulge?
Sheesh. I mean, just from my personal experiences, like I say, I come from, I'll say 2 real relationships. The one I'm in right now and the previous one that I was in high school. Mm-hmm. And then the one I was in high school, you know what I'm saying, that was like an introduction to love. Mm-hmm. The situation I'm in, the relationship I'm in right now, that's the unconditional love right there. That's the love that I was given when I was going through surgeries, depression, just that dark place, and I had to first work on communication. Because without communication, you will not succeed with a healthy relationship. Okay. And with basic communication, no, effective communication.
I like that.
Hey, I don't want to be talked to like that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm going through this, so can you work with me? You have to really... At one point in time, my girl was walking on eggshells with me. You know what I'm saying? And it was very hard for her because, when you find a person who you're so comfortable with, but you love unconditional, you want to give them the unconditional love, you have to put that unconditional love on the standby. Because they going to do something, you like, I'm not going to do nothing.
Exactly.
That was this communication wise right there. Once we got past and got the communication, we had to recommit. We had to relearn each other.
Wow. That's recommitting again.
Exactly.
I like that.
We had to really get to know each other all over again from a different, perspective. You know what I'm saying? So the perspective of now, I'm this age, I overcame that. You know what I'm saying? You had to go through this with me. This is the guy who you have now. You know what I'm saying? And, everything is more of we talk about it first. You know what I'm saying? It's not a day that we don't have a conversation about, okay, how you feeling today? You good? Cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to have those. Because if you don't, it'll be easier for another person to come into that picture and give that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it is these days. So that was like, from communication to recommitting to your partner to thirdly, it just now, where you guys want to go from after those 2 points? You know what I'm saying? Are we going to create a future, or are we going to go separate ways? We decided to create a future.
So I wonder, from her, like you said, like she wasn't really going through too much, so she was just basically being there for you, which was absolutely great. I wonder how she, I don't know if you guys, and I'm sure you probably did, how she felt in that moment of like having to kind of hold back her love, like the love that she really wants to give you, but she had to mute it. She had to put it on hold, until you were ready. I wonder how that made her feel.
It's crazy because you can never read someone's mind.
Yeah.
But demeanor-wise, you know what I'm saying? It was like you could tell, you could feel when somebody's holding back.
Yeah.
I just felt at times she was holding back on her feelings, or when we do, I don't argue. That's one thing I tell my girl. We're not arguing. We're just having an adult conversation. It's just two different. We're just having differences right now. Let's talk this out as adults. So when we talk as adults about our differences, we see that. I see that sometimes I might get that's why I don't want to. That's why I don't like talking to you about this. Or I hate bringing this up because sometimes I project, I go into that defense mechanism with facts, it just experiences. I feel like life with no experience is a waste of life. So when you go through experiences, you start to, you sometimes reflect on, okay, I'm not dealing with that again. Stop. Let's put that to a stop right there. So my defense mechanisms sometimes pop up, and it makes it hard for her to communicate effectively because I'm like, stop sign, you ain't coming past the stop sign, So, but that shows me that I have to work on me more because what I'm doing is I'm minimizing her feelings and maximizing mine.
Yeah.
And I can't do that because she's a human being, you know what I'm saying, as well.
As well, right.
And the same reason how I am a human being and she gives me the opportunity to maximize my feelings, I have to let her maximize hers as well. But that's like let's say allergies are a bitch right now.
Yeah.
Yes. But that's like a big thing that we worked on because like you have to understand that you have to lower yourself, you know what I'm saying? You have to come down now to a point where you just like stop thinking about you. Just think about us.
Yeah.
You know, it's no longer me, it's a we thing. So when you think about we and how we correlates with family, it erases me and you. You know what I'm saying? It's no longer me and you. It's a we thing. We're a team.
Right.
You know, so those were things where I had to close my mouth and open my ears more.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a big thing also, listening.
Yeah. Because
when you don't listen to your partner, somebody else will.
Somebody else will definitely take that seat.
Facts. It might be somebody at work, somebody on a bus, on a train, somebody at the bus stop.
Yeah.
But when you give that opportunity for somebody else to listen, now you're losing your partner. They just, you don't know who they are anymore. Yeah. It's like you have to recommit once all over again.
Exactly.
So it's just like, those like are the 3 points I say: effective communication, recommitting, and listening. And that's how you receive that unconditional love. Everything else is a perk. You know, the physical thing is a perk because mentally, that's where the battle is. Physically, yeah, you might go through a couple of injuries, but you can bounce back from that. But mentally, those injuries have affected you to think differently now to a point you might not feel the same way about your partner. You might not feel comfortable around your partner. You know, your partner might not be listening to you the way you want them to listen to you.
Right.
So it's things like that you have to do, especially as a black man, because once you leave this door, the odds are against you already. You know, so that's my advice to all black men. You put those 3 things first, I promise you'll see a different side of your lady. You know what I'm saying? You might even find you a good one, you know, walking down the street. You know what I'm saying? That should be a t-shirt to attract them for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally though, I'm just like, what else can you really, you know, ask for out of a woman who's willing to give you all 3 of those? You know, they already giving it to you, first of all. That's how it starts already. You on the phone, you guys are effectively communicating, you guys are listening to each other, you know, and basically you guys are, it's like you recommit, you go from, okay, we talking to, okay, we're boyfriend and girlfriend, and 9 times out of 10 you might have children. You know, so it's just like what else are you looking for? You know, stop maximizing sex so much. Because that's going to die out.
It does, though.
You know, and everybody, sex is number 1. I'm like, look at it. You ask the people who've been married for 30, 40 years, they're not saying sex got us this far.
They be sitting there rubbing each other.
Exactly.
Like, they don't even be doing it.
I'm telling you. Half the time, they don't even want to be touched on each other. But you hear them say, I love my wife to death. I wish I would leave her. You know, and that's what you call that unconditional. I wish I would leave her. I'd be stupid. You know what you got versus what you out here looking for. You ain't going to find the same. Now, you might have to really, 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 it's going to take some time. But with any female, you have to, it's like with Lego, you have to build.
You have to
build. Yeah. You can't build with a female, you're going to destroy it so easy. And you don't want to pass that on to the next person.
Exactly.
It's going to be harder for the next person to build because you might find a good partner, and that partner might be like, dang, your last guy, he left a bad taste in your mouth. Yeah. You know, you just dudes ain't this and dudes ain't that. And you're like, females ain't either. And it's just like already right there. Boom. Nasty. You know, so I'm glad you asked me that. You know, because that's like, now it changes my perspective of, let me be more engaging now. Let me add this to my relationship. Because like I say, when I talk to people, I'm always the one trying to ask the questions, but I like how you reverse that and ask me a question because now it's like, dang.
But, situations like this, like having a podcast, these are opportunities for every person to grow. The person that introduces the podcast, the person that is a guest on the podcast, the people that are listening, the audience, all of the people that will see this. This is an opportunity for all of us to learn and to grow, learn from each other. Like, we're all here, once on this earth. Like, we just figuring it out as we go along, and it's full of growth opportunities. And I really liked how you even mentioned when it comes to relationships. So it sounds like what you're saying is like having this genuine investment. Genuine. Bold letters, genuine.
Yes.
So just making sure that you are genuinely invested in this person for all of the right intentions and all of the right reasons. I feel like a lot of times, both men and women, sometimes they come in with the wrong intentions. And just like we talked about earlier, sex is a benefit of the relationship. It is not the actual relationship. It should not be, I can't tell anybody what's at the top of their list or anything like that, but where do we see ourselves past sex, past this moment that only lasts, for a short time?
Yes.
So
talk your talk. Yes.
So it has to be more to relationship and marriage than just even when I walked in, you was like, yeah, my partner is da 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 da. You weren't just like, this is my girlfriend. You was like, this is my partner. And then later on, you gave her another title, which was girlfriend. And then later on, I gave her another title. I was like, where's the wife at?
Facts.
Okay?
Facts.
Because we, in a relationship and in a marriage, you're supposed to marry someone that can have several different titles. A lot of times we only get with that person because they can only fit the mold of a girlfriend, and then you don't go past a girlfriend.
Facts.
Or they only fit the mold of being a mother, and they don't know really how to be a wife.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So choosing your mate is also a really big thing. And I would say, I think it's really, really difficult for a person to understand what they want if they've never really seen it. But I heard someone once tell me is that they didn't know, they never had the example of a good man, but they had the example of a bad man, and they know what they don't want. So from there, we'll just explore options from that. Because again, going back to perspective, right?
Yes.
What we saw as a child, we may not have had the best example of partnership between a marriage, a man and a woman, or between relationships, with your parents, and we may not have had that growing up. So a lot of times we just really just picking and choosing. But I think that if we start with genuine investment, truly being honest with yourself, and being honest with the person, that can help to open up really, really genuine dialogue between both individuals, and to create a better lasting future. Sometimes things don't work out, and that's okay. Like, that's life. And we are supposed to take that hurt, heal, and keep it moving. You feel me?
And I love how you did that, because once again, you got so many people, once again, reflect on past relationships. I'm like, bro, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Because if you continue to reflect on past relationships, you carry that on to your new relationships. If that don't work out, that's another relationship. You carry on to another relationship. You have to understand, just let it go.
Let it go.
There's so much life to live out here.
Yeah, it is.
And once again, you got our brothers crashing out.
Crash out, brother.
Yes.
Crashed out.
Yes, crashing out for no reason. You can just move on. You can find another one, bro.
You could.
You might have, had some experiences, some memories of this one. Create some new ones now.
Create some new ones.
What you don't want. That's the experience. And like I said, a life with no experience is a wasted life, because you can go 7, 18 years after you turn 21, and you just like, I never had a real girlfriend or whatever. And you find that one. And you just like, thank God. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there is hope.
It is.
There is hope.
I work at the post office, and so many guys, second and third marriage. I'm just like, after that first one, I'm glad you didn't give up.
Right, I'm glad you didn't give up.
Still, you got to the second one.
Yeah.
Okay, after that second one, buddy, I'm like, okay, who the problem now? Man, can't just be her. You gotta.
Hey, I see a pattern.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
I want to be one. If I'm gonna be one and done, let me be one and done.
Yeah.
But let me be one and I try. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that gotta be mutual, though.
Facts.
That gotta be mutual. your mindset has to also somewhat mirror your partner's mindset. So you shouldn't be the only person saying, I'm trying to be one and done. What if your partner is like, if it doesn't work out, it just doesn't work out. Just go get married again. Like, that's not mirroring what you say. You're right. You know what I'm saying? So what if on a back end, sometimes stuff, you just don't choose the right partner. Sometimes we only marry for love. Yes. Now, love is beautiful. Yes, it is. Love covers so many things, and I believe that, there should be love in the relationship. Yes. Absolutely. But I believe, and that's perspective as well. We have to be in a marriage and in a relationship for more than just love, which honestly goes back into what I personally believe as a Christian. Yes. Beyond love, is this the person that God purposed for me? Is this the person that God created for me? Facts. Because God sees beyond what I see. I see this beautiful man. He looks good. He smells good. He got a great job. He got a great career. He's a good man from what I see. Yes. But God sees where he was and where he's going. Yes. And if God is like, you're headed this way, in about 10 years, he's going to be headed that way. He's going to stay there for a while. And I would rather you not attach yourself to that person. It might be good for the first 10 years, but X, Y, and Z is going to happen. And this does not align ultimately with my plan, ultimately, big perspective. So let's get you with the person that I actually created for you. A lot of people like to say Boaz, but I like to refer back to the Adam. Yes. The Adam to my Eve. Yes. Or in the Bible, my name is in the Bible, it's Priscilla and Aquila. They were a missionary couple. Yes. And they were taking, every time you saw Priscilla's name in the Bible, you see Aquila's name. Like, they was like this. So who is your Aquila? Who is your Priscilla? You know what I'm saying? Yes. Who is the person that God created and designed for you? Priscilla and Aquila got saved together. Like, they was doing some great things together. They were the first missionary couple in the New Testament Bible, in the New Testament part of the Bible. But they were doing some great things together. Now, what if Priscilla or Aquila would have decided to marry Tabitha, Lydia? Ooh. From the Bible? It's not matching up. That's beautiful women. Yeah. Good women, Christian women. They on the same track, but that's not the person that God designed for you. And that's just my personal belief on what's better than marrying for love. Marrying the person that God created for you.
Let me ask you this. Were you ever involved in a relationship that made you say, okay, what's that? Have you been in a relationship that ended because you're single? Mm-hmm. That put you in that perspective of, let me slow down and find out what I really want before I step back into a relationship.
That is so funny.
You gotta get a story.
That's so funny. Probably all my relationships, like, I haven't had that many, by the way. I haven't had that many, just 2 or 3, or 2.5. But I would say, I would say, like, again, like my perspective about life is always evolving. Yes. What I knew back then is not what I know now. What I know about myself is not what I know now. Yes. And my body, my mind, my heart, my soul, it's constantly changing. All those things are constantly changing. So as they change, so does my perspective about certain things that I feel that men should be, or who a man should be for me when I'm in a relationship, or who I should be for that man when I'm in a relationship with him. So I would say I would say yes. You know what I'm saying? Involving love. Yes. I'm 32 now. Okay. And my last relationship was probably like 2 or 3 years ago, or something like that. But that was a while ago. Before I was 30. So when you hit 30, like, stuff just be happening. I don't know. I don't know what be happening. And like, what? So stuff just be happening. You a whole different person at the age of 30. Like, just count your 20s as like, you just mistrials. I don't even know. Like, I don't even know. But I think, like, to answer that question, I think that even the men that I was with back in the day, most couple of them had good intentions, I think, but sometimes you can't just start with good intentions. You got to continue with the good intentions. And your intentions have to follow with good actions.
Facts.
And that's what maintains a pure line of communication and a better outcome, even if it doesn't work out.
Especially trust.
Yes, trust. Trust is a thing. Trust is a thing. So I think I've dated a couple of, well, maybe one guy that had varying opinions on certain things that were really important to me.
Okay.
That's something that we really had to sit down and really discuss. And not that I thought that, I could change him, because I think that you can inspire someone to change, but you can't really change a person.
Yes.
But you can definitely inspire them to change, and they might be on that. But since I've known him, he's definitely has grown, and I'm glad that I've been able to witness his growth as a man. And but yeah, just yes, to answer the question.
I love that, because once again, some men think that women just want them for their money, or women just want for what they can offer. To a certain extent, yes, it's true. But
it is, yeah.
You have to understand, all women are not alike.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? You have some women who just want you to just be the best version of yourself.
Right.
You got some of them, yes, they do want you for your money and what you can offer to them.
Right.
And it's just like, to each his own. But I'm just like you said, when you get to your 30s, you see a lot of people want to settle down. Do you feel like you want to settle down, or are you ready to settle down at being 32?
I'd be cool, and I'm not in no rush to do either or. I see the beauty in both.
Facts.
I see the beauty in singleness. I see the beauty in relationship. I see the beauty in marriage. Both or all of those courses of life will have its struggles and its ups and downs. And I believe that I'll be prepared for whatever comes forth in the future. And eventually, yes, I would love to get married. I would love to have children. I would love to be in a beautiful relationship. But also, right now, it's beautiful too.
Facts.
I was just thinking, I was laying in bed this morning, and I heard some birds chirping, and I was like, I hear birds, not babies.
Yes.
And I said, I hear nothing else in the house except for me. And I said, the beauty and the peace of just being able to only worry about yourself. You don't have anything else or anyone else.
Yes.
I have other responsibilities, but I don't have anyone else that I have to. That's mandatory for me to worry about. I have not confined myself with anyone else's finances. I don't have to worry about, if I make a problem, then it's just going to affect me.
You're very comfortable with that independency.
Yes, it is beautiful, and I'm ready for when I have to share myself and share my body, my mind, and my home, my space, my energy. That's a lot to give up. As an introvert, that's a lot. That's a lot.
I was very introverted for 4 years.
You were.
Yeah, I was alone for 4 years.
Yes.
Like exactly how you said it, word for word, verbatimly. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to worry about anything. When my girlfriend moved in,
I adjust.
Yeah, I adjust. It was so hard to adjust
because
I'm so used to keeping that, just keeping things a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Then I had to go to the bathroom. You got makeup right here. Yeah. And you're like, yo, come on, man.
Right.
It's like you really have to, but it's all about compromising too as well. You have to see eye to eye, recommit. You know what I'm saying? Yes. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say I'm perfect at it, but I'm still working on it.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? It's a work in progress. It's always gonna be a work in progress. Because that's you recommitting yourself to this person, letting them know, hey, whatever you bring, I'm gonna accept it.
I'm gonna accept it.
I'm not gonna be. So yeah, it's just like I say, just when when you're an introvert, and once again, your partner moves in with you. That recommitting to adjusting to now I have someone else entering my space. You know what I'm saying? We're not entering your space, we're entering each other's space.
Exactly.
Now we have to see how we can make this work as a team.
As a team together.
Like I say, because she lived with me, or we lived with each other, for about maybe a year before we had a baby. So, just seeing how it was at first, Man, it was a struggle. It was a struggle. I'm just like, but we had a baby, you know, it started to become more simply of a flow, you know what I'm saying? More easy to, okay, I know what she likes. Now it's just like, okay, I know.
It's crazy because usually it's the other way around. Like, when the baby comes, things get rough.
I feel like the baby was just, you know, it was, like you said, it was a recommitment because now we both are changing. We both are evolving because this is something new to both of us now. So you just have to, once again, recommit to your partner. Let your partner know you good.
Yeah.
You know, I'm good, you good. I always tell my girl, you ain't got to worry about me. My job is to worry about you guys. You know, because I know you will be okay, but it's my job to make sure you're okay. Because at the end of the day, as a mom, but as a woman, you know, you want to feel that security. You know what I'm saying? Especially from your guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When he goes out the door, you want to make sure he's not out here making you look stupid. You know, so it's things like that you have to really give your partner. You know what I'm saying? My girlfriend, we both trust each other. So I tell her, go ahead, have a good time with your friends. You know, I don't have to worry about her entertaining the guy. If she is, she'll make him laugh and he'll keep on about his day. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to, I got his number, or I'm bringing him home with me. Because you see about it, to each his own. But
it happens.
You see how
that's real.
People really, you know, introduce that to their relationship. You know, oh yeah, we got a third, we got a fourth. You know, like you look at it. Oh yeah, what's that? Polygamy? Or yeah. You know, you look at that. That's now being created into the world.
Yeah, it's becoming a thing.
So it's just like I'm old school. Like I say, you know, you find a good woman, you know, marry her. Yes. Cause that's
who said that. What's his name? What's that rapper name?
So many rappers these days. There's so many rappers. It's like you can't even see rappers. These bubble rappers. We don't even got no good rappers these days. But you just like that's a good message. Well, we got 2 of them, 3 of them, but back in the day, that's like that '90s was just like a.
'90s was crucial, man.
Yeah, it was like the stepping stone to what we needed. I wish we could still have it. You know,
no more.
Yeah, because
I don't know what's going on.
The music suck. You know, like. You see the TV shows out here, you know, like...
They're really crazy.
It really is. It's like a lot of crash outs. Yeah.
It's giving a lot of crash outs.
Yeah, really.
You know, crash outs.
Let me ask you this. You're 32 years old. What have you experienced through your life so far that was it's like your revelations like it helped you understand who you were?
You know, when you were talking about people need to be who they are, one of the things that I wanted to comment on, and it's funny that you say it now, is how can a person be who they are when they really don't know who they are? And how can a person become who they are if they don't know how to become who they are? Like the how is a really big thing. I would say big revelation moments was something that I posted on my page maybe a few weeks ago, was when I was 17 and I first received Christ in my life.
I love it.
When I graduated college, when I graduated from basic training from the Army, that was a big revelation moment for me personally. And I would say when I first got my job when I first received my first job offer as an environmentalist in my career field, because that's what I went to school for. So those were 3 really big that come to mind right now. Those big revelation, those moments where I was like, you know what? Number 1, receiving Christ in my life, I was like, whoa. It was just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
God, it really is real. I can really have freedom. I can really, start over my life. I can really start again. I can love. I can receive love and I can give love now because of what God opened my eyes up to. Number 2, when it comes to graduating basic training for the Army, I remember being in basic training. I was like, you're dumb. Why would you do this? Like, girl went to basic training in the wintertime. Like, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, even though it's the wintertime, they're going to let us wear jackets. Yeah. Like, no. They made us freeze. Like, we were frozen. Like, it was the worst experience. Like, but I'm just so grateful that I got through it. Girl got a whole award at the end for being a good soldier. Like, but it was just so hard But that wasn't the part that really helped to expand my mind. It was the fact that when you go through that type of physical and mental training and you have no way out, like I could not leave the Army in that moment, even if I really, really wanted. I would have literally had to say that I wanted to commit suicide in order to leave. And then I still probably wouldn't have been able to leave. They just would have put me on what's called Fire Watch, I believe, which is people just watching you all day, every day. But you're still not leaving that environment until a certain time frame, but you don't know what you can do until you get put into certain situations. And I was pushed to physical limits that I had never experienced before. I was pushed to those physical limits while also being challenged mentally and having to use a weapon and having to be up under stress, lack of sleep, like all of the above. And like, you can't tell me nothing today. I know what I can do. Yes. And there's nothing that I can't do. I really believe that. And I feel like getting through that training really helped me to basically tap into, the greatness of who I truly am in my head, what I can really do. And then lastly, I think I said receiving my first job as an environmentalist, that moment was something I had been praying for, and I wasn't sure if I was going to get it. And it was just such a blessing to be able to go to school and begin a career that I know I really wanted to invest in. And that's something I went to school for. And I knew that I wanted to expand it to something greater and bigger. But it was just a great opportunity. It was not. I was already working for the DC government at the time, but I was able to transition to another agency. And I felt like this was the starting point of my life as a young person. I was at the age of maybe 27. And so I was just really blessed. And that helped open so many doors for me.
I love that for you.
That was that.
I love that for you. I love how you just, with your trials and tribulations of learning you. Because once again, it's still people who don't know who they are.
It's true.
I work in the post office. These people still don't know who they are. And they've been working here for 30 years. And when you understand and you find you through dark times, it makes you very, 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 very strong.
It does.
Like, I had my midst of dark times, and I'm so thankful.
Yeah.
You reflect on it every now and then, but you just like, thank you, God. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I went through it at that time versus again at the time of being 50 or 60 years old, and I got to go through that.
Yeah.
But no one around, to support me, stuff like that. But, just seeing how you was able to overcome what many people say, that could be me.
Right.
You're like, yo, you just don't know what you're capable of.
You just don't know.
When you realize what you're capable of, you like, yo, you can put me through hell. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Literally. That's why I'm so thankful for life itself. Like you said, the birds chirping.
Yeah. Yes.
I wake up, I hear the birds chirping because I wake up at 4 o'clock. And I go to the gym and stuff like that. And you just birds chirping, traffic is quiet. You just like, dang,
I'm alive.
Facts, literally, thank God, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, everybody don't get the chance to open their eyes up every day. You got some people who are going through dying times right now as we talk, and they just like, why be God? You know what I'm saying? Like I say, everybody has a plan. God has a plan for everyone.
Yes.
But you have to understand, just because your life ain't go as way that you want it to go, that don't mean that you're not being used as a vessel for somebody else to see that, okay, let me do something right now, to change my outcome, because once again, when I went through my dark times with the surgeries, suicide, depression, lost my dad, serious heartbreak, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, it shapes you to a different person, you know what I'm saying? And most people always, you fake now. No, I'm not fake. That's a part of growth, changing who you are to become better. Yeah. So you can understand what to accept and what to neglect. You know what I'm saying? Neglect BS, neglect negativity, neglect immaturity, but accept maturity. Yes. Accept being around support. You know what I'm saying? Because we hate to, when you say, oh, somebody say, oh, you need some help, we neglect it so easily. You know, versus saying, yes, cry out for the help. You know what I'm saying? Because you got people who want to help you. My brothers, I keep a good, strong circle.
That's beautiful.
You feel what I'm saying? If I can call them right now, hey, can I get $5? Everybody can send $5 right now. You know, my girl, if I'm stranded somewhere, I need some money. It's not what having to ask. You know, I need this real quick. Boom, can you send it? Just like that. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't built overnight, but that just show you how strong and how we trust each other, but how connected we are. You know, so you trying to do a guessing first. But you know, just stuff like that. You know, you appreciate down the line. You know, like it's a blessing to have too as well. You know. Dang, we've been talking for so long.
It's been good though.
Yeah, I love, and I just love how a female your caliber. You know what I'm saying? Just somebody who's comfortable in their space, comfortable where they are in life, intellectually smart, know what they want out of life. It's like having a Barbie doll with their head screwed on real tight and they can't snap. You know what I'm saying? And it's good that your head is screwed on very tight. Because you're very focused on what you want out of life. You know what I'm saying? Because I tell people, life is what you make it.
Yeah.
You know, you might wake up. Every day is not the same.
It's not.
More days are more of a struggle than others, but
sometimes,
at least the vocal point of what you want out of my day, out of my life is going to be the same. You know, I want to have a good day. If I'm looking to get into a relationship, I want to have a good man. Everything has to be good coming into my life.
Period.
You feel what I'm saying? Nothing. Nah, bro. No negativity. Everything has to be good because I'm in a good space right now. You know. So, and I love that. You know. So, what's the future look like for you? You know what I'm saying? Like,
man, that's a good question.
You're 32. Like, what you look forward to doing? You know, like you say, you. Environmentalist?
Yeah, I look forward to breathing. I know people probably be like, "What are you talking about?" When I really look forward to my future is just I'm excited to breathe. I'm excited to blink. I'm excited to taste. I'm excited to smell and to hear and to see. I don't have any more life, man. I don't have anything like specific. I just want to continue to grow and internally so that I can continue to serve people.
Yes, I love that.
I really believe in spreading hope, like because there's so many hopeless things out in this world, and I think we put the hopelessness on a certain pedestal all of the time. But there's beauty and there is love and there is good and there is freedom and there is hope and there is healing that is available. And I just want to continue to spread everything good into the atmosphere, into the world, into the people that I come across. And that's what my future looks like, just in various ways. It can be musically. Hopefully, I'll be able to put out another song.
I love that. You got a song?
I do have a song.
Yeah. No.
Oh my gosh! I wrote a wedding song. So you guys gotta play that wedding. So it's called The One. It's literally about finding the one that God created for you.
Where can we find that?
On Apple Music. You can find it everywhere, actually.
Okay.
Everywhere. You can find it everywhere. And it's kind of like this corny like love song, but when you think about finding the perfect person, the person that God created for you, a lot of times we don't really see how sometimes it start off a little rough. It's not always no Cinderella story. Like just because God designed that man for you, don't mean that the line is about to be perfect getting there. And that's what the song is about. It's like, man, certain things were just a little rocky at first, but we're here now, and I feel like God created me for you and you for me, and you know, you are all of the things that God has created. And that's what the song is about. And I want to continue to just spread pure love and genuine love. And I want to give that to the universe, to the world. When I say the universe, I mean just everyone in the universe. And I want to, that's my future. So
and it's so crazy just to piggyback off that. You know what I'm saying? I ran into one of my old camp counselors today, and it was so crazy because he's like you said, he's been married for 34 years. 34 years to one woman. You know what I'm saying? One woman. You know, and he said he's just so thankful for life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Thankful just to be able to wake up and just have new challenges, have new beginnings. You know, just not only with marriage but with himself.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He pointed out. He was like, we was down Navy Yard. He pointed at the stop sign. He said, look at that stop sign. He said, what does it? What if you take that stop sign and you take the words off of it, you put it anywhere else? What would it mean? At first, I'm just like, it probably mean go. He said no, it would mean stop. He said the sign itself, it doesn't need words on it. Just the sign itself, and everyone knows it means stop.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, dang, he's right. You know, and that all goes back to perspective. You know, like no matter where you go at, you know what I'm saying? The signs are right there to show you in life, like, yo, you don't need this, you don't need that. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep.
Embrace this, embrace that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have many people really embrace life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They embrace everything that's surrounding life. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, when you embrace life, like you said, beautiful things come with it. You know what I'm saying? And just the beautiful things that I've experienced with life, I'm so pleased. So pleased, man. I'm like, I can't even be mad that I did go through hard times. Hard times, it felt good to go through hard times. You know, it felt, because now I'm going through good times, and my better days are just like.
Better days are definitely ahead, too.
Yeah, so it's just like, it's a blessing just to like, to just see where you have come from. You know, and it's like you going up that mountain, you just like, you look down the mountain, you're like, hey, I've been climbing. Yes. I've been climbing. But it's just like a blessing, man. I'm just so thankful for the journey. You know.
Same.
So, you know, what would be a message that you can give people that, or you can just live with people in general, you know, like, because I always ask everyone who comes to my platform, I ask them just to give the people a message, because everybody's message is different, but it's like, it sums up the same way, you know what I'm saying? So what would be your message?
My message would be that Jesus Christ is real.
Love it.
And that his love is so great that it is deeper and farther than you can imagine, than I can imagine. His grace is greater than I could imagine. And that he is forever, and that he wants you, he wants me, and pursue him daily.
I love it. So as we conclude this conversation, y'all, no matter how rough your days get, no matter how dark your days are, always be the light of your day. Priscilla, I am grateful to have you on my platform. Thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. You know, blessings to you, man. Yeah. If you don't do nothing else, stay blessed out here.
Thank you, my guy.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta give you my handshake. It's like this. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
There we go. Peace out, y'all.
Picture us in a new mood, dressed in our new suits and silky shoes, gliding across the golden marble floors. As your love lifts me up, we start to soar. This could be my forever thing. Don't wake me up and tell me this is a dream. I'll hold your heart and give you my lungs to sing, because without you, you know there is no me. Oh, ooh. you're standing here today. I know that by your side I'll always stay. The vows we share surround us in this room. Let love be the light that guides us through